Good morning and
Good
welcome
morning.
to Coffee with Ken.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. My two esteemed guests today, my lovely bride, Dr. April Brown, and the general manager of Destiny Global, none other than Butch McCracken himself. And we're having a little fun here. I'm not going to lie to you, so we're getting things set up. Tomorrow is a big day. We do this event called Laugh Your Way to a Happy Marriage. Really, what I call it is learn about your spouse. Men will learn about women and women about men.
Yeah.
And we're going to tie some things together. I'm going to get to talk at the end of it with Mark, and we're going to do a Q&A on Saturday, and then really tie in some things that he calls flags in with something that we call gems. And if you want to learn about that, you better get a ticket because I'm going to tie it together for you. So that was a pretty good pitch. Yeah, you need to be there. We're going to have fun together.
We have some very interesting things in the studio that they will see.
Oh, my goodness.
this
We do
weekend.
have some very interesting things in
Yeah.
studio.
Fun for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, my. You know, talking about fun and marriage and, you know, sometimes as men we think that we're honoring and we're not. But sometimes we just do something that is so ridiculous, it's just hilarious. And today I want to do that. You know why? I want to just pause for a second. I know there's craziness going on to the world. It's almost unrecognizable in some areas. But there's one thing that's true is that God is still in heaven. He is the creator of all things, and he is large and in charge, and don't you ever forget that. He knows the hairs on each one of our heads, and Butch's it's a little less, but he knows the hairs
Doesn't
on our
take him as much time to count mine.
He knows the hairs on our head, and he cares for each one. And I just want you to remember that, and we are here for you. But right now I want to have a little levity. Butch, I want you to tell us your funniest or one of your funniest stories about you and your wonderful bride, Miss Diane McCracken.
Oh my goodness.
And don't get in trouble. Diane, I'm asking for permission right now and more for forgiveness because I haven't asked you before he shares this.
No, so I think one of them, as I do try to keep it light, and when I do keep it light at certain times after a discussion we may have had, she'll say, "Are you testing the waters?" But we were getting ready, we were leaving, pulling out, I think we were coming to your house, and in Texas,
My God.
there's a lot of
Oh my
cactus
goodness,
in
that's
Texas.
So funny.
And they have beautiful little flowers on them. So when we were leaving, I forget the circumstances when we were leaving, and I said, "Honey, you are my," and nothing hit me, and I looked over to the right, and I said, "You're my tender cactus." Of course, she turned to the right as she's driving and looked at me and said, "What?" I actually was looking at the flower that was on the cactus, but it didn't quite come out that way. So that has been a long-standing.
But then what were you?
What
What did you say you were?
Help me on this one.
I think you told her, and you're the little flower on top, right? If I remember the story correctly.
Oh, yeah, I
Next
forgot
time we'll
about
have
that.
to have Miss McCracken in here with us to
Yes.
remember this a
Yeah.
little better. But yes,
Yes.
and when we heard about it that night, we could not stop laughing.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
And then what did we end up doing together? Like,
Oh, yeah,
like,
we ended up eating cactus that night.
because I thought it was so hilarious too.
It was very
It
funny.
really was hysterical, just saying what came to my mind. So it is a funny joke, but definitely just always trying to keep some levity
Right.
in our marriage, right? I think it's important to laugh. I'm constantly sending her bitmojis of randomly throughout the day of just funny things about love. And, you know, I get home from work and I'm somewhere changing and I was getting ready to go over to our RV and I said, "Honey, I'm home changing, but don't worry, I'll be in your arms soon." And she sends me back a little emoji of a sword fighter. so
Keep away.
yes, but definitely got to keep things light. Truly do.
I see you do that. I actually see you do that with a lot of people. It's a connection point for you, and it's admirable. Probably with Diane, some of those things are probably sends her over the edge, and then laughter back. But yeah, and to be able to know that what you had done and shared with her, and then to be able to see you 20 minutes later after you're done, and how hard we laughed, right? It's laughter is good medicine. I mean, the good book tells us, best book ever written, tells us that when we laugh, it releases endorphins and hormones in our bodies and helps us do things. And the reality of it is it can take a really difficult situation and completely flip it upside down. And so I like it a lot. And sometimes we do that at home when I've done something kind of tense or, said something that I probably shouldn't have in the wrong. The word would be curt that I say because I'm busy doing something. In fact, I was working on things before I came in here, and I was very focused. And April was saying, "It's time to go. We've got to go. It's time for coffee with Ken." I was like, "Okay." And then she went and told Butch on me. So
Did.
she did.
Yep.
Yeah, but it happens, right? So I'm coming to you. Be gentle and be kind. Give me a funny story or one of your funniest stories because we have so many of them.
We really do have. I was telling Chris a lot of them. I'm like trying to figure out which one to tell, and I was like, we really do. It made me really think of that we have a lot of funny stories.
Now I want you to do something for me before she tells this. I want you in the comment section to start telling us some of the funny things that you and your spouse have done with one another or to one another, and it's all been okay and all in fun. And Butch, after we're done, I would like for you to put one of your Bitmojis up so they can see what you're talking about.
It's really funny.
It's like a little, a little electronic version of Butch, and he's got cowboy hats, and you can kind of put almost like a doll. He can put anything on it he wants and have a picture of it. So
yes, I think my favorite is when he's cross-eyed and stars and Cupid, and I'll say, "Honey, this is me every time I walk in a room that you're in."
She's like, oh boy.
I get random Bitmojis back from her.
I bet you do.
What's really funny is like seeing some of the ones with you and Mark. Some
You
of
and Mark
them.
Holden, yes.
He's Mark Holden.
Oh, dear heavens.
Them
Yes.
together.
Yes, definitely keeping it light.
Yeah.
And then I realized my daughter takes them and plasters them on
She
Facebook. I'm like,
does.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I
You
think
never know
Facebook
what's going to show up.
is just one of the places, buddy. I think you're on TikTok, Instagram, and 4 other social
I
media sites.
know.
I don't even know what they are.
With my other daughter, I'm on
Samantha,
TikTok.
you're on TikTok. I heard of. That's
sure.
funny. That's so funny.
All right, it's your
So-
turn. Here we go. Buckle up.
Like it's really hard to figure out which one
But just pick
to
one.
tell.
It's okay.
I think it probably because it just was the very beginning of our relationship. Well, not the very beginning, but a marriage. Would be our honeymoon. So I just
Okay.
have to tell that story.
Are you going to tell them
that
about the
we-
shell?
Yeah, that we survived. We both survived. Like
Yeah, we
it
could be
was
on that
literally
show. I
like
survived,
I
right?
survived our honeymoon.
Literally survived.
Yes. So we went. I'll try to make it like really as fast as possible. But okay, so we were on our honeymoon. It was just like we went to St. Kitts, beautiful tropical island. Okay, and it's where the Atlantic meets the Caribbean. So we went on the Caribbean side, very smooth, very clear, so you can see through the whole bottom, so clear. So we went. We decided to go snorkeling, and so we like snorkel away, so go out. And when we first came to the beach, they were trying to sell us the concha shells
Yeah,
and saying
conch shells.
$2. And so Ken was saying, I can get you one of those. And so I'm like, okay. And so we like swim out, we're snorkeling, we go out like a ways, like 30 minutes. We had snorkeled out.
Yeah.
And so he sees some on the bottom. It looks so clear. And so he starts like going down, and he keeps going. I'm watching him. He's going down further and further and further and further. He's like 15
A little
feet
deeper than
down.
I thought it was.
At least, maybe even
Oh,
further.
no, I'm going.
So he like goes down. He grabs one from the bottom. He comes back up. He's like, he's just going to the surface.
I was
Super proud.
approaching the 2-minute mark, but it was a record
It
for
was
me.
a record,
You know,
like,
you
going
start
down.
getting lightheaded, and
I'm
you start.
concerned, and I'm like, you're a widow. On our honeymoon. So he comes back up, and he's like, looks so proud, and he has a shell, and he hands me the shell. It's like literally the ugliest shell on the bottom of the ocean. It's literally like not one of those beautiful ones you see like in the store.
Butch, I thought you could clean it up.
It's
You know, I
like,
just thought it had, you know, I like
my
a pirate
goodness.
ship or something that gone over and all the black stuff. So I thought you could clean it because by the time I got down there, I was having to already be, all right, am I going to make it back up? So
Yeah.
I just started grabbing of whatever
But
I
it's
could.
like one of those, if you saw it on, you're just
You'd
on the
leave it.
beach, you would leave it. You would not pick it up.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it was. And he dove all these feet. But he sacrificed
hard.
his life for me. This is the shell. So I was like,
Are you feeling this, people?
I was
You're
like,
feeling it with me, right?
thank you, honey. Like that. Wow,
did.
this is beautiful. And so I swam back for 30 minutes with this thing, like in my
Mm-hmm.
hand. We get on it's an open air bus because we had to drive back to the resort.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'm holding it, and this like ugly little creature starts crawling out of it, and I scream and I throw it on him, and he's like, "Don't let it roll out." So he's like, "We." Put
I think she was trying to kick it out, but it's like a little drop and kick.
It's like trying
Go
to
off
What
the bus and oh,
Bad.
it's gone.
But then I did put my foot on it, like where the creature wasn't, trying to hold it in, and he grabs it and puts it down so that we can get back. And we like wash this thing out.
Yeah, the guy
And
at the
guy
hotel
was
is
at the
washing
hotel,
it out.
like washes it out, and he says this is like a sea urchin thing that's like deadly. Like you get bit by
It's
this thing.
basically a sea centipede, is
yeah.
what it is. It's deadly poisonous.
And, like the only one on the bottom of it has all these like
30 minutes
and he
swimming
like
back.
gets the ugliest one and the most deadly one. Okay, like, but I dried it out on the balcony, and I was planning on like, but I forgot it. Oh no,
Forgot it.
forgot it.
So the next
After all
occupants
that.
of our hotel suite got to enjoy the labor of my love, and they got to take that ugly conch shell home.
I bet
Maybe
it's still
so.
there if you go back.
Sold it for $2.
It's probably an ashtray or whatever they're doing. But yeah, when this creature started crawling out and the guy looked at us, and I mean, I wish you could have seen both of our faces because he goes, "You swim with this? You crazy. That's deadly." And she looked at me and like almost turned white. And yeah, so
I knew that was the beginning of some
Fun.
adventures for us, right?
Adventures
So
with Ken.
yeah.
we've had a lot of fun times, a lot of fun memories with the kids as well.
Yeah.
Just little things that we would do that kind of remind you of how much joy you have together. And that is when you think about coming together. Why do you come together as husband and wife? Why do people come together? Why? It's because of the relationship and joy that they bring one another. And it's almost like
forget
yeah,
we begin to forget it.
we begin to forget it.
Get bogged down with everyday life and
Right.
Forget to enjoy each other and laugh together. And you start to have to be intentional with that
I strongly
date
believe
night
it.
and fun things and communicating about it, because I have said that before, that but you're working on it because I communicated that with you and probably could have communicated it better.
So let me tell you what she said. You're funny, but you're not fun.
Yeah.
So this year I've been much more intentional about being fun. So last night we went axe throwing just to have some fun. So I am very excited to say I've been axe throwing. And of course she had gone with Jacqueline and Jen Horling to go do this in a whole other state, and they had a blast. And so, you know, trying it blindfolded is also a lot of fun. So anyway, there is a lot of fun things to do, but it is about being intentional. It is about investing in your spouse and in one another. Time together, because there's not, people want to talk about quality time. It's time, right? And when you spend time together and make meaningful memories, that's what your kids are going to remember, not all the crazies. Like you said before, Butch, to me, it's you can get Liam and Scarlett boxes, and they're more happy than the thing that you had bought them that was in it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
So this weekend is an opportunity. This is our last coffee with Ken before the event this weekend, I really think.
It's tomorrow. It starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. If you don't have your tickets, go get it. You're going to want to be here. We're going to have a blast together. Mark does not do Q&As, but he's doing one because he's
Yeah.
coming to sit with me, and we're going to have a lot of it's going to be a highly interactive weekend, and I want you here. Why? Because we need to invest in each other, and I look forward to seeing you. It's not just about Mark; it's about you guys too, our community. And if this is your first time here, we're inviting you to be a part of it. Go to our website, destinyglobal.com. You'll see the events listed there. It's so clean. I'm still bragging on the website the guys have done. There's just so clean and easy, and all the comments. And thank you for all your comments about the new site. So thank you so much, and thank you for joining us. I know our time is up. Have a blessed day. See you soon.
Yep. Bye.